Hello there, you gorgeous lot. Welcome back to another fantastic show here on Crafters TV. It is launch day, which is always exciting here in the studio at Crafters TV. I nearly fell over there, did you see that? It's Black Friday, which is also very exciting. But launch day essentially means we are bringing something to you for the very first time. Will be the first chance you've had to get your crafty mitts on it. It is also, of course, our Black Friday event, which means you're going to find up to 70% off of lots of amazing products, which is incredible. And we have a daily knock it out the park Black Friday deal, and today's is awesome. Today's is the incredible stamping collection, in which you get more stamps than you can shake a pokey tool at, which is awesome. All of those stamps there, they're all coming to you for free essentially, because the cost of the bundle is essentially the ink pad, the stamping platform, and the stamping mat. There's some really awesome sentiments within here. They're a little bit sassy, they're quite uplifting and motivational as well at the same time. On the way to a third of our daily deal being gone already, just after our wake up call show. So if you've had your eyes on it, I would definitely recommend you snap it up sooner rather than later. Platinum members can pick that up for £16 or $20.76, which is rather awesome, isn't it? But today, of course, in the launch day, it's all about floral decoupage, something that you guys know and you love. It is a new instalment, if you will, of something that has always been so incredibly popular. Talking of things that are incredibly popular, Debbie Fisher's here with me. How are you, Debbie?
Oh, that's so nice, Joe. Yeah, I'm really well. We've had a great afternoon so far, and it just keeps getting better because these are beautiful and you are loving them. The most popular one at the moment is the poppies, but you don't have to choose. Go for the full collection and you're getting everything in there. This one is just outstanding. Not only are you getting the die cuts or the pad and the dies to die cut them out, if I look in the inside here, look at this, Joe. How beautiful is the inside of that? Now,
gorgeous.
if I turn that over, that's the stamp set that comes with them as well. So how about putting some of your vellums, a sentiment, and have that on the inside? I mean, that is just absolutely amazing. Using those stamps again to create the background looks beautiful. One we made in a wake up call, so using some of the elements on different types of things. Die cut these out, have them ready, batch make them. You can use them for anything. We have these on the show as well, Joe, which are amazing. They actually make card blanks as well as your toppers. The interlaced dies, they are absolutely stunning. So use them in conjunction. We're going to be showing you how to use those, as well as how you do these different decoupages with different designs. They look incredible. You are getting the most amazing amount. This is one of my favourite cards. I just think the simplicity of this is simply stunning.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, it's right up my street, that one. And then this one I love as well. Using those, the roses I think is my favourite. I just love it. It's beautiful. You've got then that background rose stamp as well. So everything you need to create gorgeous makes using these beautiful floral decoupage.
Yeah, it's been very, very busy on these since we previewed them in the wake up call earlier. A quarter of our stock has already sold out and gone. And now, of course, we're going to have a full presentation on them. Let me take you through all the gorgeous floral designs that you're going to receive in here. So how this works is you're firstly going to receive the decoupage pad for each one of these. That's 48 sheets, which will make 48 of these gorgeous flowers, and you overlay the die onto the numbered sheet. It's uncoated, so you can add extra inks to that if you want to, and also it's 250 GSM. So if you want to manipulate it and shape it, absolutely you've got the option to do that as well. I know what you're thinking though, what do I do after I've used my 48 sheets? Well, don't worry, fear not, because you've then got the stamp as well. So what you can then do is stamp out the image and then overlay the dies over the stamped image. So what you've got is 48 projects instantly with the sheets, but then the dies and the stamps are going to last you forever, so you're going to be able to come back and continue using them, whether you're stamping it out and using the dies to cut it out or stamping the dies to create that awesome background. Poppies is what we're looking at first, so you can see lots and lots of dimension on these. Debbie's going to show us how we put them together as we go through. The next one, my favourite, this gorgeous spray of lilies. This is the beautiful lilies that you're going to receive here. Again, 48 sheets in the pad, the dies and the stamps all coming your way. Then we move into some sort of more mixed sprays. You've got spring is here with this one, really gorgeous. Those tulips in there looking wonderful. And then finally, this one here is your roses in bloom, those gorgeous yellow roses. But of course, if you're stamping this out, colour these up however you want to. You can get, there are multiple different colours of the roses and of course the poppies in there as well. So what you get in the main collection here, $75.99 or $108.95, is one of absolutely everything. Most of you going for that option at the moment, you've got a brilliant saving. You save 25%, which is awesome. And platinum members are looking at $60.79 or $87.16. What I would say is worth doing, and a lot of you are doing it, all the elements are available individually for you. Lots of you choosing to put extras of the decoupage pads into your basket. They are priced individually at $7.99 or $12.95. So a lot of you adding extras of those in. Great to get them now whilst we have them in stock and ready to go. Loads of you tuning in as well from all over. Denise says, Joe, look at that moustache. Thanks, Denise. Yes, it's getting there, isn't it? It really is getting there. It's quite bushy now. So it's coming on a treat. Shelley saying hi. Who else we've got in here? Patty, Mary, Teresa, Barbara, Carmen, Linda. Jenny's in Ohio. Ohio, Jenny. She's even put it in the comment. Ohio, Joe. Ohio. But loads of you tuning in saying hello. Any questions you've got, Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're over on YouTube, and I'll pop those questions over to Debbie as we go. I feel like this is going to be a nice sort of like chilled launch. Normally launch day is quite erratic, but I think decoupage, like in its own right, is quite a nice sort of mindful, relaxing thing to do, Debbie, isn't it?
I absolutely love that you've said that, because it is absolutely mindful, and that's why I said this morning or this afternoon in our wake-up call, it's the sort of ones that you can batch make. You can get them all cut out, you could sit with your little lap tray, you could even use your Gemini Mini. All you would need to do is cut them out individually to place the dies over the top. So let's have a look at exactly what you are getting. Now, your card pack here, you are getting a huge amount here, but if you think you're going to use lots of them and you're going to use them time and time again, make sure you grab an extra set of pads because they are amazing. You are then getting your dies, which are going to overlay onto all of these, so you literally would just take them off and then you would just place them over the top of the relevant shape, and that will do your die cut. You're also getting that stamp set, which is amazing. Now, I love using these in conjunction together. I mean, they were originally thought about, well, what if you run out of the paper pads, then you've got the stamp and you can start colouring them in. But actually the stamps come into their own so much because it's a beautiful one. You can still cut it out, it's still the same shape as that die, so you can still get that cut out, but it means you can use them for your background. So like we showed that card earlier, doing that background stamping all the way round, so you don't even have to colour it in. Or if you want to colour it in, use it with your vellum overlays underneath your card and using them to stamp and colour. And there's a lot of stampers that we know out there that join our Crafters Companion family. You're going to love these, and they've got just the right amount of space to do your practice colouring as well. But we're going to use the paper pad, so we're going to take our sheet out of that pad and then we're going to place our dies over the top. Now, if you have a Gemini Mini and you want to do it in front of the settee, on the lap tray, or while you're away, just cut these out with your scissors all the way around, and each one of these will go through your Gemini. But if you do have an A5 cutting machine, you'll be able to put these all on in one go, which is fantastic. So let's just pop these around. So popping that on there and then doing our other two. So pop that one over the top. We've even got all our leaves on here, and it's just a really nice relaxing way of just cutting out all those different elements, and they're going to look and they're going to cut out beautifully every single time. Do have just a little tiny sort of circle, and that circle goes over your circle of your number. So once you know where they all are, we're going to start by sticking those down. So you just want to bring in some low tack tape and you can start putting them together. I would definitely recommend low tack tape so they don't sort of move around. Do a couple at a time together, and then you won't use so much of your tape. So we can just take that one across, then go down to our other ones and start cutting them out. Now it's down to you which glues you use. So you can either use your foam pad or your 3D glue gel, which for me, I like the glue gel. It's something I use all the time. So if it is something that you like using and you want to create that 3D effect, they're going to be perfect. But if you are someone that wants an instant dry, because it does take an hour to touch dry with the glue gel, but and it takes about, I would say, a good 12 to 24 hours to dry solidly completely. So I'm going to bring this one in, and then we're going to just slide that onto our mat. So you can see these have been designed, they're 6 inches, so they will go directly onto your cutting platform of your Gemini Junior or any other A5 die cutting machine that you have. What I love about them, Joe, florals are fun. They're really nice to do. They lend themselves to all sorts of cards, apart from male cards, unless actually there's quite a few men that love floral cards.
Oh, I love a floral, me, Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely. But when you think about all the different events that we have going throughout the year, when you think like even after Christmas, the spring ones are going to be perfect for Easter cards. Any of them are going to be perfect for your Mother's Day cards. Then you've got your birthdays, your weddings, your anniversaries. All of these are going to go throughout all of those years. And if you've already got them done, Joe, and you sort of batch make them, they're going to be perfect to use. So in one pass through your Gemini, you're going to have cut out all of these designs. So let's pop our tape to the side so we can reuse that. And then take out all our elements. And you see, all of these, they just fall out of the die. Now, what's clever about them, your base one has that beautiful edge around it, that white edge. But all the others, they don't have that edge. And I love that they've been really so well designed that you're not going to have that white edge around. So you can see all those different elements. And then all we're going to do, I'm just going to take out that last one, checking I've got all my leaves. Yep, let's pop them over to the side, and then just grab my pokey tool for this last one. There we go. So that's all of our leaves. And then we're going to start doing our card. Now, before we put them together, what I do want to do is just bring in these dies because they are absolutely beautiful. Now, if anyone's not seen our new technology of these dies, these are interlaced. This is our Decadent Hearts. Absolutely beautiful. I love this die. Now, what's great about these, they come in all these different mats and layers. So you've got your base layer. So we're going to cut this one out of our red to complement our poppies. And then we're going to cut the inside one into a white, which then that will go on to, and then you've got these extra added designs as well. So it's these are absolutely beautiful dies. You'll find once you've got them, you'll use them in everything because they just lend themselves, but especially to these toppers. And in fact, what I'm going to do, Joe, is because I've got my big Gemini, I'm going to bring in my Gemini plates.
They are on the show. They're along the bottom of the screen for you right there now, and I'll take you through them in a bit more detail after Debbie's first demo. Demi's first demo, that nearly came out as. Denise says, morning all, I have a couple of these already, simply gorgeous, a great way to ready for any card that is needed immediately. Hugs to the CC team. Lily says, hi everyone, I'm loving the new graphics and music. Don't know if it's just for Black Friday, but it's nice for a change.
Yes, I understand that.
Mary Pat says, I love floral decoupage and 3D glue gel together. And also Pat says, good morning from California, exciting for these. I've been waiting for them since I saw some of them on HSN. Now grabbing them, lots of you letting me know that you're getting these and getting yourself checked out. Very busy in the earlier wake-up call, already very busy again now in this launch day. I think it's just something that we all know we love, Debbie, isn't it? Like so many people have had the previous release that we did last year on these. I remember they were so popular. So if you've been waiting for a new release, now really is the time. And as you said, the thing is with florals, they're never going to go out of fashion, are they? This is something you're going to be able to have in your stash forever and fall back on whenever you wish.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right, that is the thing. We can never, and you never ever hear somebody say, flowers are on trend. It's just because they are about the whole time, aren't they? There's something that everybody loves. They're your go-to that you can put onto everything, and these will not fail to amaze because they're beautiful. And what makes it even nicer, Joe, they're just so easily done for us. You know, if we want to be creative, we can definitely be creative with them. But if we want to just use them as they are, then you can do that as well.
Maybe you want to fussy cut the pads by hand as well. There's nothing to stop you doing that if you want to go for the pads on their own. Maybe you're someone that's going to stamp and die cut, then the options there. Everything's available for you individually. Most people going for the full collection, then extras of the pads though at the moment.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised because they are simply amazing. Right, I'm just going to take myself, I've used my dotted tape pen. You definitely want to use these for these interlace because you can see how detailed they are. And then I'm just going to go over and burnish that top because that will just make sure that every one of those glue dots goes into my design and that won't come out. And look how beautiful that die is, Joe. It is simply stunning. So what I've done here is I've got myself some cardstock. The base layer is the same colour that I used here, and I've just got, that was the one I cut out originally. Oh,
fabulous.
So use all that cardstock really well, and don't be frugal with your cardstock. So we're just going to go around the sides and mat and layer this up. I love that we've got these dies on the show because they're going to work really well with these decoupage.
Yeah, and lots of you maybe already went for those interlaced dies. These now, these floral elements, of course, will be the perfect complement to that, which is awesome. Wanda says, good morning, Joe and Debbie, from sunny Lewis, New York, USA. Collection and extra pads purchased now to watch and enjoy until they arrive. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
Wanda. Tricia says, I have the decoupage collection from last year, so this collection will complete it. It will, indeed. I think these will sit beautifully alongside those previous ones that you have, if you still, of course, are using those, which lots and lots of you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're so lovely. I still use mine as well, funny enough. Right, so let's pop this on. We're just going to pop that into the middle of our card, just like that one. And then we're going to bring in these beautiful poppies. Now, what I'm going to start with is our glue gel. Now, our glue gel comes with two separate ones. You can either get the ones with the tools, which I would highly recommend if you haven't got a tools one yet. What the tools do, they give you, I'm trying to see if I've got, oh, I had one down here earlier, didn't I? They give you the little tool to wrap around. So once it starts getting to a low point, you can just turn it round. These are also good as well afterwards for your toothpaste.
For your toothpaste?
For your toothpaste, yeah.
Oh,
so
nice.
I've got a bit of a thing about my toothpaste, Joe. I don't like it being squeezed from the top. You have from the bottom. I like it being squeezed from the top. I bet, has anybody else got that? Yeah, where they have to, it has like this, you have to push your toothpaste down like that so it's all
So fair to say you're not a bottom squeezer when it comes to the toothpaste?
Not a bottom squeezer,
amazing.
No, not at all. The other thing you have with your tools is that you have your syringe as well.
You could put your toothpaste in there if you wanted to. You wouldn't have to bottom squeeze at all then. If you want to go for the 3D glue gel, the details on your screen is for one of the tubes with the tools and then two of the extra tubes as well. So do make sure you grab that.
So what you can see with this is it gives you just small globules of glue, which is amazing. So we can just pop that directly onto the top and that gives us our base layer there. Then we can go in with our next base layer, but this time what I'm going to do is bring in my pokey tool and we're just going to give that a little bit of shape in. I really love this. I don't think we can see it, but it actually cuts in. If I turn it on the back, oh, there's a bit there, look, it's a good job of turning it around, Joe, because there's, oh, no, I think that's supposed to be in there. It's actually got little die cut veins sort of through it, so it makes it more realistic. And I'm trying to pop a piece out there. So we're then just going to put that glue in just 3 little places. And I'm keeping these ones quite small. And then we can just place that on the top. But it just gives us a little bit of dimension. And then our next layer, again, just using your pokey tool or your fingers just to manipulate that cardstock. And then we can, I'm going to go in with a little bit of a bigger globule there and pop that on. Oh, we're going that way. Just on there. And then, and actually I'm looking at this, Joe, do you know what I really wish I'd done is put my glossy highlights on here.
I was actually just thinking to myself, could you, using your watermark ink pad, you know, just put the watermark ink pad all over these and then just completely emboss the entire thing.
Oh, yes.
That would look gorgeous, wouldn't it?
I'm loving that idea. Yes, absolutely. And then let's just use our little leaves that we can put into place. And again, and I love creating the structure of these flowers because even though we are bending the shape and you can slightly see the bottom ones, it just gives that really beautiful 3D effect. So let's pop that one on. just onto there.
Lots of people sending in flower facts for us. If you want to send us in your flower facts, your best flower trivia, get it into me. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion on YouTube. Patty says, the poppy is a state flower of California. It's illegal to pick them in the wild. It's so pretty when you see them all in bloom in the spring.
Yeah.
There you are.
Well, most people know I love poppies because my daughter's called Poppy.
I also didn't know that they come in many colours until not that long ago, Debbie.
Yeah, blue, yellow, yeah.
Lots of different
colours,
ones.
lots of different colours. And then all I've got, Joe, to finish that off, I've got myself a sentiment from one of our stamp sets, which says, where flowers bloom, so does hope.
Oh, that's
and
cute.
we're just going to pop that across with a little bit of glue onto the edge there. I'm going to just, in fact, I'll go over the top there. Should we have it at a jaunty angle? Yes, let's do it. And there we go, that's our first make. But how beautiful is that card? And keeping it just nice and simple, not too pattern papers in the background, but it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yep, really, really lovely. A beautiful, beautiful project there. Let me just take you through those interlaced dies that we spoke about a moment ago, because these are like the most gorgeous, detailed nesting dies, really. What you've got, of course, is lots of different options on how you put these together. You can see you've got your outer die, the main sort of decorative element, and then two inner dies within there as well. So loads of different options, lots of opportunity to get lots of layers and dimension within here as well. 6 in here for you. So you've got the decadent hearts, which is that one there. You've also got the entwined hearts. This one here is your floral fretwork. Then you have your fancy filigree, which is that one just there. You've also then got resplendent rondure. Oh, aren't these names fancy? Resplendent rondure is that one there. And floral lattice is this one here. £71 or $81. That's a saving of almost £19, over $20 there. And of course, you can use your Club Inspire discount on top of those as well. Now, most popular way of getting hold of these new floral decoupage elements is absolutely to get the whole collection together. However, they are broken down for you into mini collections with their own savings as well. So first one up for you is the Precious Poppies. It gets you the 48 sheet pad, the stamps and the dies, and you're going to be able to make gorgeous projects such as this one just here. Next one we've got for you here is the lilies, my favourite flower, and really beautiful. I love the way they're sort of, it almost looks like a hand-tied bouquet, doesn't it, of beautiful lilies, which I think is really wonderful. And these are the kind of ones that you'll be making with those. Then you've got springers here. Again, you're getting the 48 sheets in here, the dies and also the stamps as well. And these are the kind of awesome projects you can make with that. So pretty, so dimensional as well, which is amazing. And then finally, the roses in bloom, which is this one just here. And these are the kind of awesome projects you're going to be able to make. If you're thinking, do you know what, I want them all and I want the biggest saving possible, then you're in luck, because you can go for the larger collection. The larger collection that I've just shared with you, it gets you an extra discount, which is wonderful, and it gets you all 4 of those brand new releases, which is awesome. Everything is available individually, and a lot of you are choosing to add the extra decoupage pads into your basket. They are priced individually at $7.99 or $12.95. That would obviously give you another 48 instant floral projects if you want to go for the extra ones, which is brilliant. Now, lots of you saying hello and lots of you sending in questions for me. Samantha Cheney says, I love the decoupage flowers. I have the set from last year. They are beautiful. Mary says, I use the poppies with the best of British collection. Love how all the Crafts Companion products mix and match. Gilmore's loving the poppies. Mary says, gorgeous card, Debbie. These decoupage flowers are a must-have, in my opinion. If you need to make a card quick, then these are absolutely perfect. Right, question come in as well. Margaret asks about how to fill the syringe with the glue gel, Debbie.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure we will get to the point in the show where I run out. So as soon as I do, I will show you how to refill it. So
awesome.
No problem whatsoever.
Any other questions you've got, get them into me, Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion. If you are over on YouTube, all the details are there along the bottom of the screen. What would you like to share with us next, Debbie?
So we're going to go to the lily one. You know what? I'm a bit of a toss-up between the lily and the rose for me, because I do love both of these. They're absolutely beautiful. I love how they've been all done in these bouquets, or bouquets, however you pronounce it. Again, you're getting the stamp to go with it and that die set. So take your page out. We're going to be doing, I've already done one, and I'm going to do another one. So what I love about these is you can do multiple ones at a time. It doesn't mean just because you've got the one flower on here that you have to use the full, you have to just stick with using one of the bunches. The other thing I like, Joe, is they give you a lot of decoupage on here. You know, so you've actually got 5 different designs. It means that you don't have to use some of these, and you can use them to sort of accent different parts of your project, which I love that fact. Now again, all you're going to do is use them with the dies going over the top. Each one again has that little flat round circular piece which always goes over the number. So we're going to just pop that over, and then we'll get our next piece, and again this flat bit at the side will just go over. So instead of trying to hunt round and think, oh, where does this go, just look for that, look for your flat end that comes out there, and then you'll know that that's the bit that goes over your number. So you don't have to sort of faff around trying to find where they go, which is an absolute godsend when you're trying to work out which position and which way round that they go. Right, so once we've done that, we're going to stick it down with some low tack tape. So pop in there, making sure that one's a little bit off centre, and then this one. So let's pop them together.
Pam has messaged in, PPE Pam, the legend, the living legend that is PPE Pam. She says, she's talking about, do you remember she came up to do Craft Factor and she wrote a car off on the way up?
She was I didn't know she'd done that.
Yes, a lorry drove into her on the way up here and wrote a car off. Her poor husband had to drive halfway up and then fetch her up all the way up. She says, anyway, she messages and says, hello Joe and Debbie, just catching up. Joe, I've just had the update. They have most of the parts of my car and we'll get a further update at the end of the week. It's been 2 months now. What did you do with my card that won card of the show? You should frame it as the most expensive card ever made on CCTV. The repairs to the car have cost £8,000. Obviously, Pam, I mean, obviously, I'm guessing, obviously, the insurance is going to cover the cost of that.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, she came all the way here to make a card. It cost £8,000.
I'm really shocked they haven't wrote the car
That's
off.
awful. You thought they would.
Yeah,
Pam's obviously got a very fancy car if they haven't written it off.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just thinking, I had a bit of a to do with my car on the way up on...
Oh no.
Did I not tell you, Joe?
No.
Oh. Right, okay, so
here we go.
It was a little bunny.
A bunny? Oh no, oh Debbie.
No, it's okay, the bunny survived. However, my tyre didn't.
So
basically, yeah, it was a really wide road. There was a park on the side of the road, and obviously this bunny literally just hopped out. And I literally just turned a little bit, and as I turned, there's like, do you know, like where you can cross to another little section in the middle of the road?
Yeah, so like a sticky out bit.
That's it, yeah, and it's like a little pavement bit. My car, literally, the front tyre just caught it and just popped. It literally just popped.
Did you have to change the tyre yourself?
No, I don't. My car doesn't carry a spare tyre.
Oh. On the way up here?
Yeah, yeah.
So what did you...
I'm fully covered. So I called the AA. The AA come out and they put... It was quite funny because he's like, well, I can lend you a tyre. He said, but I need it back, so I'll drop you off at the Quick Fit garage.
What?
Yeah.
So he put the tyre on?
So he put a tyre on, and then I had to follow him to the Quick Fit garage.
So we take the whole wheel off and put a new wheel on?
Yeah.
Just like a
yeah.
That's madness.
So my 4-hour journey took me nearly 7.
Did you make it on time? Were you coming up the night before?
Yeah, I was coming up the night before, so it wasn't too bad.
Phew.
So yeah, absolutely. So the little bunny rabbit survived, but it did.
Well, that's the main thing.
It did cost me £120 for a new tyre.
Right.
So yes, Pam, I'm with you. Although my expenses weren't as expensive as £8,000. Oh my goodness. But yeah, and actually when we were up here yesterday, Ben actually said, I think I might have just hit the rabbit. And
oh no!
I know. And I was like, no, I couldn't do that.
No, I'm lucky. I've never hit any little animals on the road.
And I said the same. Yeah, I haven't either. So so I'm quite proud of that. Ben's hit loads, so that goes to show that he does. I don't know what he does.
Ben!
I know, he was like telling me all these different animals. Right, so I'm going to bring this card in. What I really think that these die cuts lend themselves to is making aperture cards, because I love to decorate the inside of a card, and I love to have that see-through bit where you can look through. So a bit like a diorama, but it's only in a general A5 card. I've cut my die cut, and I've used my nesting dies, and I've used the stitch edge nesting dies to cut a shape through and then to cut me a frame over the top. So I've already decorated the front of my card, and then the inside bit which I cut out, you can see that's our stitched edge oval. I'm going to replace that back in here, but we're going to sort of stick it through. So I do want to use wet glue on this, so I'm going to bring in my tacky glue. So we can use this, and the reason being is because just in case, it gives us that little bit of wiggle room rather than having the room where we don't have that and it sticks straight away.
Laura Simmons says, first Jimmy, now the rabbits. Apparently Jimmy was a house spider.
Yes, did you not? Yeah, Ben killed Jimmy.
Oh.
So Jimmy, I don't know if you ever see him. Did you ever see Jimmy?
Ours?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
It was last year, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
I think Jimmy's brothers might still be about, because there's some big spiders.
Yeah, he
Honestly.
was huge. He was really big, but he used to come out in the evening and just run across the floor.
Yeah.
And they don't bother me. I don't like spiders. Don't bother me. You don't like spiders either, do you?
No, but they're too big in the house here for me to deal with, so I just pretend they're not there.
Well, who was with you? Who was in the house when I had to grab that spider?
Me.
It was you, yeah. So, and it was a big spider, yeah. So I was very good at caught in a glass, and we threw it out the door. But however, I named Jimmy because he was there every time that I went in, and then I was telling Ben about him, and he looked a bit sheepish and realised that he'd actually killed Jimmy. He said Jimmy attacked him.
Right.
But,
I mean, Jimmy did have teeth, to be fair. I mean, he was that big.
That's what Ben said.
I saw him out the back playing tennis one day. Honestly, he was massive. He was sat at the dinner table when I got home one night having his tea. He was that big. Honestly. 4 forks in one side, 4 knives in the other.
But then we did have another one, and yeah, we said that may be Jimmy's brother. But
I think Jimmy's brother is. I think we do have the family. Jimmy's family is still around. That is for sure.
Isn't it funny how some houses get spiders though? Because I very rarely see spiders in my home.
See, I live in an apartment on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, so
no
you wouldn't
spiders.
get them, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it?
Apparently, you need to get cats, according to George of the Joystick. Says they keep the spiders away.
Or conkers.
Yeah.
Conkers you should use.
On
as well.
my friends in Australia, if they find like geckos or lizards in the house, they leave them around because they keep the other insects out, spiders and the mosquitoes and stuff. Yeah. Mary says, love using the decoupage stamps with vellum. Stamp and emboss using white embossing powder, then colour them from the back using the colour blends, and they look beautiful.
Yeah,
that sounds like an awesome idea.
Yeah, really lovely idea. Right, so let's pop this one on, so that's that centre. So you're just building up these beautiful display of flowers, like sprayer flowers. And then we've got our other one here. Now what you could do, you could use your other elements to decorate around your panel. So these would look really beautiful decorated around, but we are going to use them onto here. In fact, I might put some at the top. Yeah, let's go a bit off piece. And I've got another one here which I've already done, and I've already put all my glue on, so that's all completely dry, but it gives us that really beautiful definition. And I'm going to have this at the bottom here, so we've got our piece on top, and then all I've done is I've got myself, again, I've got flowers are like friends, they bring colour to the world. And then we've got our centre, our ribbon that we always put on, and we're just going to pop these into place. But we're keeping it really simple, Joe. It's just nice to add all those extra elements and create the outside of our card. Because when you open this, just check that that's not going to... There we go. You've got that inside and outside, and then I'm just going to move these and create sort of like a curl in here.
Anne says the biggest spiders are usually the females, so maybe it was Jeanette, not Jimmy.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have heard that before. So we're going to pop that across there. And I've run out, so look, that's good, isn't it? Let's undo this and I'll show you.
Oh yes, who was it that was
exactly how
asking?
we'll
Let me
do it.
check. Margaret was asking.
Right, so let me bring in, I just had it in front, there it is. Right at the side of me, bring this in. So all you're going to do, once it's empty, don't put the lid back on. I've done that myself before, Joe, and then when you squirt the glue in, the lid pops off.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so make sure you've got that air coming out there. Also, what I normally do is just put your finger inside and pull out any sort of dried glue on the inside there so it doesn't get in the way, and it just stops creating any air bubbles. And then when you get your glue, all you do is hold it. I hold it between my two fingers, push the nozzle in and just squeeze your glue down. And what I would say is squeeze it till you get to about sort of near the 1, because you want to still allow for the plunger to go in. So this piece here, you just insert that into the just put it into
Why
the
are you
bottom.
laughing?
I just realised I was going to say something very rude then,
You
Joe.
did say insert it in the bottom, so you
No,
still
but I
said
didn't
it.
say bottom.
You then said put it in the bottom.
Yeah,
Insert it in the bottom, put it in the bottom. It's all the same. It's all the same, really. I mean, I was very composed today for a change, and you I mean, you went and ruined it, Debbie.
yeah. And all you're going to do is squirt that up. I'm going to pop that on there. This is why I don't like to demo certain things. We're going to pop that over on the side.
Beautiful.
And then we've got our last bit. But that's how easy it is to actually refill your glue. And then we've got a ribbon. Oh dearie me, put a ribbon on the bottom there. And there you go, look how beautiful that is. We got through there.
Got through it in the end. We're all in it together, don't worry.
Oh dear.
Right, let me take you back through this incredible collection then. Remember, most of you choosing to go for the collection that's there on your screen. It offers you the best saving. Everything is available individually, so remember you can put the extras into your basket should you wish. Most of you choosing to do that with those decoupage pads. So I'll take you through them again. This one here being the Precious Poppies, which makes gorgeous. I love this particular design because this has used the decoupage pad and then also use the corresponding stamp to create a background, which I think is awesome. You've got the lilies in here as well, and again, think about incorporating maybe some of your pattern papers. The other dies that you've got in your collection is going to work with this very, very well. Here we then also have the spring is here. Love this one, 'cause it's kind of like a mixed bouquet of flowers. Definitely tulips in there, I would say. What would you say these other flowers are, Debbie, that are here?
Which,
I guess, depending on how you colour them up, is going to make them look quite different, isn't it?
is it the spring ones? The spring is here you're looking at?
Yeah, spring is here. Tulips.
Yeah, I would say tulips.
Yeah, I don't know what the other flower is. Do you know?
Pansies.
I was going to say pansies. That was going to be my other guess.
I think possibly pansies and tulips.
Yes, beautiful though. It's great to have those lovely mixed ones in there. And then, of course, you've got the gorgeous roses. Now, of course, the decoupage pad is in yellow. When you're stamping these out and die cutting them, adding colour yourself, then you can choose whatever colour you wish them to be, which is lovely. $75.99 or $108.95, $60.79 or $87.16 for platinum members. A lot of you then choosing to add in, as I said, those extra decoupage pads. Each pad has 48 pages within there, which is fantastic. Shall we remind you of that daily Black Friday deal? Because we are in the midst of our Black Friday event, which means up to 70% off products across on the website. And every day we have a daily deal. And today's is an awesome bundle of incredible sentiment stamps for you. These are brilliant because they are so humorous, some of these. A third of the stock gone here on these. What you're actually paying for is the ink pad, the stamping platform and the stamping mat. And then all of those incredible stamps that you are seeing there are totally free of charge, which I think is an awesome deal. Saves you actually $61.74 or $77.87. That's before you even think about using your Club Inspired discount on top of there as well. So a wonderful deal, which is what you are coming to expect. Someone suggesting that spring flowers look like a crocus. Could well be a crocus indeed. Karen loves all the flowers, but the roses and the poppies are my favourite. Right, I think we need to give you an opportunity to check out those baskets because I can see there's a lot of bulging baskets across on the website. Whilst you do that, here's all the details of US shipping.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Margaret says, Joe, please thank Debbie for the demo of the gel and the syringe. Also for her lovely giggles. I needed that today. I'm sure it won't be the only giggles of the day. I mean, you've still got, what, almost 3.5 hours of live crafting still to come. I'm sure there'll be many, many more giggles coming your way. If you've got any questions about this new collection, about anything else really, you can always get them into me. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are over on YouTube. Very, very busy on the new collections. We knew it would be. It's something that you guys have loved when we did the previous collection of these. So a lot of you have been waiting for this to come around. Right, Debbie, what would you like to share with us next?
To the spring. So I always keep looking at it because I want to say something else, but it's spring is here. Really beautiful design. We're also going to be bringing in this gorgeous, which one's this? It's the entwined hearts. I think this one's gorgeous. For anyone that loves Valentine's, weddings, anything like this, this is going to be absolutely perfect. I absolutely love it. So we're going to cut this out. I'm only going to use the small heart, but I do want to cut both out because I want to show you how beautiful it is. So you've got your main cutting die. Now this die has got an outside cutting edge, no inside cutting edge. So it will cut out this completely, leaving that heart in the center. You then have got your matte and layer. So if you then want to cut this, say, out of a striking black card, you can then matte and layer your die over the top. So there's lots of versatility with these dies. And then we're going to use this heart one on our project and we're going to pop that in. So I'm just going to run those through and then we're going to start to use our decoupage pads. Now for these decoupage pads we're going to use foam pads for this one. So just showing the differences of what you can do with them. So with a foam pad that makes it still a 3D, but it's a flatter 3D, all depending on where you put your foam pads. So if you put your foam pads across the board, you just get this really nice leveled up appearance, which looks really cool. Obviously if you want a more curved edge and bevel all the edges of everything and give it that sculptured look, using your 3D glue gel is going to work really well. So let's take those ones out. I think it's stuck to the, yep, stuck to the end there. Must remember to put that through the other way and then that will straighten my boards out. And let's tap this one out. So our first one, this is our first one. Look at that. I mean, it's so, so stunning. I want to find a darker piece of card so you can see how stunning that die is. Look at that, it's absolutely beautiful. And then we've got that next heart one, so if you cut that out of a different colour, that's going to fit perfectly in there. These are just stunning dies. Right, so we've done our die cutting there. I'm going to pop that to one side, and now we're going to do our decoupage. So again, as with all the others, these are 250 GSM, so these are a really nice weight cardstock. You're getting 48 pieces in here. You don't have to use every single one to decoupage up. You can use them all separately, but they look really effective. So we're going to take these ones and take our dies as well. Now you've got these, some are on the back and the front, and some are just on, depending on the size of them, onto the just the front. So pulling these ones off.
Could we craft big or go home and double up with these pads if we wanted to, Debbie? You know, create a really massive one.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Joe. It would be really big, but they would be really clever to do that.
Be a right showstopper, wouldn't they?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And think about all the different things you can do with them. In fact, I might do that with this one, but I'm going to show something else as well with these. So let's take our dies. We're going to place them on. Again, look for that piece that you can pop to the side. So you've got that flat circled edge, and you know that goes on your number. So we're going to turn that round, pop that into place, and then in fact let's do both. So pop that one into place, and then we can just put our tape across those, so just like so. And then we've got our other ones. Oh, I was just going to say I've got one missing, but it's still on the packet. Missed that one. There we go.
Margaret says she thinks the poppies look like another flower.
Oh, okay.
And I have to be careful how I say it.
Yes.
Do you know the one I mean?
No, I don't, but I know you need to be careful.
Anemone?
Anemone, yeah.
Anemone. Mm-hmm. There we go. Yeah. Anemone. I've said something else in the past. She says, I love them. I've already put my order in. Looking forward to them arriving. Yeah, I suppose they do look a bit like an anemone. It just doesn't look like, an anemone doesn't sound how it looks when it's written down, does it? It's one of those really difficult ones. Like the name Siobhan. It's very hard. Siobhan is very hard.
Or the name Persephone.
Persephone?
Yeah.
Siobhan looks like Siobhan to me.
Yeah, it has got a strange, because it's like...
Siobhan. How do you spell Siobhan another way?
I don't know.
S-H-I-V-A, Shivat. Yeah, that makes much more sense than the British spelling, though, is S-I-O-B-H-A-N. Siobhan. Siobhan. Doesn't make sense, does it? See?
Lots of names aren't how they are they?
No. I can't think of another one.
No.
And now I'm thinking, find an example, Joe. Can't think of it. Interlaced, Karen saying that they'd be great for Valentine's Day and need more of these kinds of dies. Absolutely love the hearts. They would be perfect for that.
They
or
are
just
beautiful.
letting someone know that you love them, Debbie.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they just work really well with these. I'm so glad we've got them on the show with them, because they certainly do. And you could just use different elements of them as well, Joe. So these ones, what we're going to do is bring in our foam pads, and I've just got some small ones, and we're going to take our largest one first. So if you look at all of them, you can see, so that's a 3, that's a 2, that's a 1, and this has got the most on it. So that's the one that you would use next. So we're just going to place our 3D foam pads onto the pieces. Now with this one, I just want it to layer up and create a really beautiful flower. So this is your sort of more common decoupage way, just using your foam pads. And actually, I think we might be able to just take them off. There we go, because my fingernails disappeared and I can't get my backings off. So we're going to place that onto the top. You just find where your flowers go, and then you just put them overlaid right on the top. So this is a really nice way of doing it as well, because it just, again, accentuates, brings that up into, up just a little bit, and creates that bottom layer. And then we're going to do the same with the other ones. So just placing your little foam pads onto there. And then we can just take those. Oh, I nearly ripped my flower off there, Joe.
Oh dear.
Don't want to do that. And then again, find those flowers to match up. Yeah, we did. Look, we pulled that flower. Let's pop it back that way.
No one would be any the wiser.
No, not at all.
I love that the dies actually cut texture into them as well, which is very clever, isn't it?
Very, very clever. Yeah, and what it also does, Joe, is it does that then for your stamp sets as well.
Yeah.
So if you want to stamp them out, it will create all those lines in there. So that one on top. And then our last one, let's just put a couple onto there and create that one. So once I've got this in place, what I am going to do is I'm going to bring in something else. Now I'm doing it afterwards because I only need to do it where it's needed. So I'm going to bring in my sparkle pen. So just your clear sparkle. Because these are uncoated, it means you can ink with them. You could add extras on them by adding your watercolours. There's so many things you can do with them, but I didn't want to put the sparkle pen on places where it wasn't needed. So I wanted to get my decoupage done first, and then we can just go in and literally just where you need it, we can add that beautiful glitter accent.
Nice that we've left these uncoated as well, so you've got the option to do this, or you know, adding ink to them if you want to, or all of those other things that you can do.
Yeah, I love that about them. And if you really wanted to, you could snip into these as well, so you could make even more dimension. So just popping that over the top, and then our last couple at the side. And this is just such a nice, easy way of just making them stand out, that even that little bit more. There we go. And once that starts to dry, let's see if we can pick that up. Just you'll see then that you'll get that look at that beautiful glitter in there, which is absolutely
really
stunning.
fancy.
And it just gives a completely new dimension to there. So now what I've done is I've got some pieces here which I've laid. So I've got a page out of Sarah's Enchanted Dreams. I just thought these papers lent us. I mean, look at the colours in here, Joe, and look at the colours in here. I mean,
nice.
It's like they were a match made in heaven, isn't it? The colour tones on your dreams, your Enchanted Dreams, matches absolutely beautifully. So definitely use those. And then we're just going to matte and layer our card up. Just popping that all the way round. And then stick that into the centre. Now this is because I use the dies, but I didn't want to cover them up. I didn't want it to cover up all these beautiful colours. So if I bring this one back in, if I'd laid that down, although that still looks nice, it really does lose a lot of that, and I didn't want to lose that pattern. So I just want to use this one.
Nice.
And also I'm going to add some glitter to here. So even though this is pearlescent, I also want to just put a bit of shimmer in there. So when it catches the light, especially when you're giving it to someone, you've got that extra layer of shimmer, which is going to go really well with your glitter markers. And now that's drying, that's looking absolutely stunning. So we're going to use these, use our toppers, and I've just got, again from Enchanted Dreams, May All Your Wishes Come True. And then we're just going to matte and layer these up. So I've got another one here, so we've got 2 hearts, so I'm going to use both my hearts just to go at the top here, and then we're going to lay this in the centre, but you can see how it's all coming together and looking really pretty. So let's lay down first.
Make a lovely wedding card, this, wouldn't it?
Oh, so nice. Yeah, so nice. And really, Joe, you're hardly doing anything. I mean, I don't want to take away from crafting because we've added extras into there, but it really isn't, you don't have to do too much to these.
Yeah, very achievable, something that everyone can use, whether you are new to crafting, you know, maybe you're not the most confident person when it comes to in-depth or, you know, maybe more adventurous card concepts. You can put these together easily, but also how many really experienced crafters out there often need a card super quick. You know, you're in a hurry for a card. These are like a little get out of jail card. Card.
Yeah, they absolutely are, Joe. Yeah, I've always been caught on the hoof when someone's come round. It's like, oh, it was my birthday the other day, and I'm like, oh yeah.
You could send someone, you could use these as a get out of jail card and send someone a card for getting out of jail. There you go.
There you go.
You know any felons? Could be right up your street.
Oh, none on my list, Joe.
Sorry?
None on my list.
No? Oh, I know a few. Mary says, Mary Reno, I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced, says, I don't get why my last name, it's spelled R-E-N-O. I don't get why it's often mispronounced. The most common and funny one I get is Mrs. Rhino. How in the world do you get Rhino from Reno?
Oh.
Mrs. Rhino, how rude.
I mean, my daughter's a little bit like that because her name's Kyra and we spell it K-I-A-R-A, so Kyra.
See, I would pronounce that Kiara if I was going to say it.
Yeah, and she gets called Kira and Kiara, so, but it's actually Kyra. So, yeah, I think it just all depends of your interpretation. And the only reason we put that spelling on it was because she was named, actually, because when I was in hospital with her, I had a bit of a rough time. And there was another lady that spent 2 weeks with me. We were on the same ward in hospital before our babies were due. And her eldest daughter was called Kyra. And that's how she spelt hers. So we did that. But I do wish, with now her growing up, that we'd spelt it just K-Y-R-A.
K-Y-R-A.
So it's spelt Kyra. And there we go, Joe. Look at, oh, hang on. I've got a little bow, got a sticker bow. You know what I'm like with my bows. Like to put a little bow at the bottom of that bouquet. And there we go, look at that. I mean, is that not just the most beautiful card? So if you've got your Enchanted Dreams, that's going to work so well with that. And then if you go for those interlaced dies, honestly, you'll be making cards like this for a long, long time.
Absolutely, you will. How beautiful and how quick and simple to put together as well. It was Anne who was asking where that wreath was from. It's actually one of the pages in the Enchanted Dreams paper pad. We do have the sparkle pens there on the show for you as well, and they're going to make the perfect accent for a lot of these floral projects. You can get a whole collection of them, £50 or $65 there, saving you £15 or $20 there or thereabouts. We also have the 3D glue available for you, so what you get is you get the 3D glue gel with the tools, which are all in this little box here for you, and then you get 2 of the refills as well to use in there as well. 30% off that, which is great. Platinum members £8 or $14, which is excellent. I also have as well the foam collection. You've got the foam on a roll, which is this one just here.
On a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, hey!
Which is that one just there. And then 2 packs of the small foam pads and 2 packs of the medium-sized foam pads as well. So the 2 that are going to be awesome for popping these floral elements together. If you want to grab that, $4.62 or $11.87. That's a half-price deal, that. That's amazing, isn't it? It really is. That is a hot deal. Make sure you grab that. Now, let me go back through the floral decoupage. Very, very busy on these. I'm going to go through the individual collections for you first. The most popular way of getting a hold of them is getting the whole lot. But if you do want to just go for the poppies. The poppies, incidentally, are the most popular individually. Oh. Yeah, I know. If you want to get those, you can. You get 48 sheets, which comes to you, of course, in the pad, which is awesome. And then you get the dies as well. So the concept really is to begin with that you're going to take the dies, overlay them over the sheet, cut it out, decoupage them together, you get something like this. But then, of course, once you've used all 48 pages, you've then got the stamps as well. So you can stamp the imagery out, use the die to cut out the stamped imagery. But as you'll see here with this sample that I've got, they do work really well together. So someone here has used the... that someone being the lovely Julie has used the poppy to create the decoupage element, then has used the stamps in the background to create a lovely background paper, which I think is awesome. The lilies are also available with the decoupage pad, the dies and the stamps. You can go for that one if you want to individually. All of these $19.99 or $28.35. Here, this is some of the awesome projects that you can make with those. I think they're really great. These are a nice size because you want to make them the focal point of your project, you can. They're also fantastic just to accent or embellish your project as well. This one here is the Spring Is Here. And you can see here again the kind of awesome things you're going to be able to make with that. Very, very pretty, all of these. And the other great things, floral, never going out of fashion either. So definitely going to have something that's in your stash that you can fall back on at any time. This one here is your roses in bloom that you can see. Those gorgeous yellow roses. Of course, you can colour these up any way you wish when you're using that stamped imagery on its own. The best way to get the best value is to go for the main collection itself. That is what most of you are doing right now at the moment. Lots of you choosing to add in extra ones of the paper pads. They are available on their own individually. The paper pads themselves, £7.99 or $12.95 if you wanted to add extras of those into your baskets. Any questions that you've got, get them into me, Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are across on YouTube. But I believe Debbie has got even more to enthrall us with next.
Yeah, absolutely. So I thought we're halfway through the show. Let's show how the stamps work and do a bit of colouring, which is great. So bringing the stamp set in and those dies. So much simpler, I was saying simpler, I mean it's simple anyway, cutting them out, but you just need the one die to cut the one stamp out. You can go in, because you're decoupaging, if you wanted to stamp multiple stamps out, you can then go in and decoupage your stamps as well. I'll show you what I mean by that. So first of all, let me just grab my stamping platform and we will just pop them to the side, and then I'm going to, I was going to put them on there, but we want our piece of card, then our stamp, and let's just pop that over the top.
We've got an ultimate stamping bundle on the show for you as well, Debbie. You can get the magnetic base that you've got there with the 8x8, of course, that goes over that, but you'll also get the 4x4 platform, the 6x6 platform, and the stamping mat as well. I mean, that is all of your stamping needs taken care of, isn't it?
That's amazing. Yeah, really amazing.
£39 or $50 today if you want to grab that.
Wow, what a buy. That's a great buy. Yeah, if you want to start your stamping journey, that's an amazing deal to go for. So we're inking up our stamp. We're going to put our feet into our stamping platform, press down right in the middle and just sort of do a little dance with your fingers over the top just to get that down, so you get that beautiful outline die. Now what I am going to do, Joe, I'm going to grab myself another piece. And we are going to just stamp that again. So I just want to grab a piece of card. I should have had this ready, but it's not what I was going to do, but I wanted to show you how you can do it and how that works. So let's pop those bits to the side. And then I'm just going to, so where that is, I'm just going to place another piece of card, because what that will do, it won't move then. My design will still stamp in the same place. So when I bring that round, just making sure my magnets aren't in the way, and we're just going to stamp that down again. So again, just ink in all your design, make sure that's fully loaded with your ink, and then we can stamp that one down. So again, down in the middle, walk your fingers around, and then you get that beautiful stamped image. So we've got two stamped images. Let's pop them to the side and then bring these in. So let's grab that piece of paper, so I've got something to colour onto, and then all we're going to do is we're going to use our alcohol pen. So I've used our alcohol proof die. I'm going to then, first of all, obviously we want to bring in these poppies, so we're just going to use this. So now before I do this, I do have a finished one, so what I want to do is bring in the elements that I want to cut an extra piece out of. So you sort of choose. So let's say I want these two here, so I want to do my main one, and then I want to do this one, so I can bring this in and just know that this is that's where I'm going to cut my die into. Okay. So you can still decoupage them. So all I'm going to do is colour those flowers. So we're just going to come in. I've just got my alcohol markers. You can use whatever you like to use. If you're using your watercolours, just use your watercolour card to stamp onto, and then you'll just get these beautiful images.
Love that the lines, the texture lines in the stamps match up as well with the texture lines in the dies, don't they? So they make them look very, very dimensional, even though it's a stamped image, which I think really sets them apart. And also, I think you're going to really enjoy, yes, cutting these from the decoupage pad that you've got there, but also they do give you a very different look and effect when you colour these up yourself.
Oh,
and also,
totally.
play around with watercolours. Are you going to use your tri-blend, your alcohol markers? You've got loads of different options when it comes to the things that you can do with these, because of course you're colouring them up yourself. And we spoke about it earlier, poppies coming in many different colours, roses as well, which are in here, also come in many different colours. So you're going to be able to make lots of variations on these.
Yeah, so much so, Joe. And if you love colouring, these are just really nice to colour, nice floral images to colour, and you can get that real dimension in them as well. So just add in all that different dimension in with whatever colours you do. And like Joe said, having those different colour poppies, you know, doing them in the blues, doing yellows. And in fact, I'm looking at this thinking these look a bit like pansies as well. So you could actually do them whatever colour that you want to do them in. So I've just added a bit of dimension there, and we're just going to get our lightest colour down into that mid blend. Then go around the top and colour those ones in. So they've got nice lines to follow. All that shading's been done for you, or the guidelines for where your shading go has been done for you. So we're just going to colour those in. I'm quite a big fan of alcohol colouring. I love how they blend together, how the lay down comes down quickly. They amaze me always.
And the tri-blends make it so easy, don't they, to make sure you're getting that real, you know, lots of lush texture with especially things like your florals.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the fact that we can put all this sort of darker shading in, and they all just blend effortlessly together. Yeah, we've done all that work for you to enable that, which is amazing. And then we're going to bring in a grey, and I'm going to do that middle section. We're going to pop quite a dark grey, but I want that to be where the sort of, because your poppy seeds are quite dark, aren't they, in the centre there?
I was Saturday years old, Debbie, when it made the assimilation. I was at the theatre on Saturday, and something happened in the show, and I realised after 35 years on this planet, I finally made the assimilation that poppy seeds that you use to cook are the same as the seeds which the flowers grow from.
Really?
In my head, they weren't the same thing.
Oh.
Now, some people might think that's silly, and they've always just presumed that.
Just strange, yeah, because I would just assume.
But then afterwards, when I realised, I was like, of course they are. How did I not realise? I just feel like poppy seeds are very, very small compared to the size of the flower you get out of them.
Oh,
Anyone else? Just me?
Yeah.
Just me.
Just
okay.
you. Our lovely crafters out there might be with you, Joe. She's like,
Just me, I think, yeah. It just never occurred to me that poppy seeds on like a lemon and poppy seed muffin are the same things that the flower grows from.
So look at this, Joe. Can you see the dimension we've created in this
really
poppy?
Beautiful.
And now we're just building up our next one. So just doing it under that rim, because that's where it's going to all come from. So blending that round, and then using these. Where does sesame seeds come from?
Sesame Street?
Well, I thought you might have a silly place of where you thought they would come from. I don't know.
Is there a sesame flower? Do all seeds have a flower? That's what I need to know. I've never seen a sesame flower, have you?
No. Yeah, I don't know where they come from. I just didn't know if you'd think they were from somewhere.
Just Googling. Googling in the gallery.
Google gallery. That's what we should call it, shouldn't it? Oh, wow.
Oh, they produce pendulous flowers.
Wow.
Which look a bit like foxgloves and can be white, purple or blue, so there is a sesame flower. Therefore, I think the assumption is all seed has some sort of plant.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Or tree.
Wow. Well, there you go. I love sesame seeds.
Do they taste of anything?
Oh, yeah, they've got a really nice taste.
Yeah, I guess they do, don't they? Because sesame oil. Gosh, we've gone down a right tangent on seeds, haven't we? Who thought that at 4:06 in the afternoon on a Wednesday we'd be having such an in-depth discussion about seeds?
Like a French stick with sesame seeds on it.
Nice.
Oh, so good, so good. But we cook loads. I say we, I don't cook at all. But we do have lots of things with sesame seeds in there. So my owl, he cooks the most amazing noodle sort of broth with chicken, broccoli and sesame seeds. Soy sauce, oh, it's just delicious.
Sounds divine.
It's so good, yeah. So we're going to place this over the top, and I've been doing this one, Joe, because I haven't got, I didn't do this as a decoupage, and then I realised as I was doing it I should have done, to show you how you can do it as a decoupage. And what makes this great as well is if you are then putting this base layer on, what I would do is get your pen and just colour around the edges. So, well, that's the darkest colour. So let me just get my lightest colour. What I would do is colour just around these edges here. So then when you do any shaping and you put your one on top of it, you won't be able to, it'll still look like you've actually coloured the one beneath. Does that make sense?
does indeed.
So there, so when you pop that over the top there.
Yes, so you don't get any white
see,
edge.
I mean, look out, yeah, so you wouldn't get that, you wouldn't see
Looks
the white
very
edge going over.
dimensional when you colour it, doesn't it?
Look, I mean, it's amazing. These stamps are so pretty. So if I bring in this one here, all I did is I went them round with a sky blue colour, just went round the edges of my flower, and I'm going to do the same with this one because I can see I've got a very slight edge there. So we're just going to pop that around with that blue, and that will just blend in to the one that I've already done. So we can use that as our decoupage, and then we're going to pop our card together. But again, I'm going to bring in, Jo, the beautiful die. This one, this time the Interlace. We're going to use our fancy filigree.
Nice.
So another beautiful design, and let's just find myself a piece of card to cut that one. Just hoping I've got one. Oh, there we go. And then we're going to pop that onto there. So this time what we're going to do is create our base layout. So we will use our outside cutting edge, and then we're going to use that nice big die. So let's cut this one around. So trimming this one out.
We've got to the bottom of the sesame seed, Debbie.
Oh, okay.
So there is a sesame plant which produces a sesame flower, which looks a bit like a foxglove, but it also fruits as well. It looks a little bit like a sort of baby courgette.
Yeah.
And then within the fruit, once it dries out, there are seeds. So it's a flower, a fruit, and a seed.
Wow.
There we are.
I love that we get all these interesting facts.
I know, call me Charlie Dimmock. So Mary says, so if you plant the muffin in your garden, will you get tons of poppies? Give it a go. Flick the poppy seeds off the muffin, eat the muffin, plant the seeds would be a best option, I think. That's what I'd be doing. Yeah. Eve B says, Jo, you cook basil seeds are the same size as poppy seeds. Well, I never.
Well, I didn't even know you could get basil seeds.
I've never seen a basil seed.
No, that's interesting.
And also you get onion seeds, but onions don't have any seeds inside them.
Oh, so
What's
where
that
does
all
the
about?
seed
Where does
come
the onion
from?
seed come from?
Oh, dearie me. Well, I didn't know you could get onion seeds.
Yeah, because
Now
they're
you've
often called
completely
nigella
baffled
seeds, is
me.
what they're referred to as, but they're called
okay.
onion seeds.
Is are they called onion seeds just because they have the taste of an onion, not
Oh
because
gosh, now we're down a
from
whole
onions?
separate black hole of things that are called things because they taste like things, but
Because I
aren't
can't
actually from the things they're
imagine.
called.
Yeah, I can't imagine that you could have that as an onion, because onions don't have seeds, do they? They have layers. Lots of layers. Right, so let's just bring them out. Look how gorgeous this is. I mean, this is truly a filigree one, isn't it? So if we use, Jo, our, get my scrap piece of card and our dotty tape pen, we can then adhere this to that base, which will be really pretty.
Onion seeds are not from onion, they are from the same family as cumin, apparently.
Ah, there you go.
There you are.
Yeah,
Now we
I
know.
think maybe they're called, are they called onion seeds because...
Maybe they've got an oniony flavour to
Yeah,
them.
because they've got the flavour of an onion. I didn't think there would be onions. We're going to the Good Food Show this weekend.
Oh, I love it. I love it there.
Yeah, so I've never been.
Have you not?
No.
I used to demonstrate there back in the day.
Did you? Of course.
Yeah.
Jo, I always forget
Selling
that
a whole
you used
host
to
of
be
things from
cooking. Yeah.
pineapple corers to knife sharpeners and all sorts of wonderful, strange accoutrements for the kitchen. Oh, it's fabulous. You'll have a lovely time.
Oh, I literally cannot
Lots of delicious
wait.
food. Make sure you go and see the Scotch egg man. Oh, so good. They have
yes,
like
I can't
40 different
wait.
flavours of Scotch eggs.
And we're booked on to cheese tasting as well.
Cheese tasting?
Yes.
Delicious.
Yeah,
have you booked
can't
tickets
wait.
for like the big theatre as well to go and watch some of
so
the
we're
people?
watching Nadia from the Great British Bake
Oh,
Off.
lovely.
Yes, so that'd be nice.
That'd be cute.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Cheese tasting, wine. Yeah, can't wait. I'm
So
so
if anyone's not in the
looking
UK,
forward
it's like a big food expo that they have a couple of times a year, isn't it, Debbie? The biggest one is the Birmingham one, which you're going to.
Yes, and it was been rescheduled because obviously through lockdown we should have been going, I think June time.
Right.
So it's now been rescheduled, yeah. So I literally can't wait. I've been to the Ideal Home exhibition, but never to the Good Food Show. So,
Oh, I love an expo.
Yeah,
Of any
I'm
description.
really looking forward to it. And I love Birmingham NEC. Right, so what I've done here, I've used the paper pads, just in case anyone wants to know. These were from our Year of Crafts 5, I believe, and it's the pick and mix one. So the pick and mix, and then I've used the same, the blue here is from the block colour pad as well. So what I've done, Joe, is I've cut my card in half. So you can see I've got myself a 6x6 card. I've cut the centre panel out and then just re-panelled this one back in. Now I'm not going to attach it to anything because I'm going to actually use my design here to piece the two together, because this is strong enough to hold this in place. So the first thing I'm going to do is just make sure I've got that in the right place. We're then going to, so where you put this onto here, you can see that you don't want to put any glue in this midsection. If you wanted to, you could put some acetate into it, but you really don't need to. We're just going to use this onto our card here, making sure, so this will stick, and I might have gone a little bit too far with that one, but it's fine. Pop that one onto there. And then we're just going to hold these in place. And actually, let me just make sure that's in place. And then we're just going to centralise that in the centre. So there we go. And then that creates our whole card front, which will then stand up. So if I turn that round, you'll be able to see, just stands up freestanding, but you've got that midsection. So it's just a different look to your card, okay? So once we've done that, I'm going to give that a good rub down, make sure that your your sticky tape, sorry, your tape pens is stuck in place. Excuse me. And then we're going to bring in these extra pieces. So again, I've got a little bow, and then we're going to decoupage these up. So I love the fact that we can still use these. Let's move these about. Just give that a little bit of 3D motion. You can even go the other way, so if you wanted to sort of curl the sides up, you can do that, and it just gives that sort of a little bit more free flow. So that will stay onto here, and then we've got our extra, oh, I've just pulled that apart, Joe. Oh, that was silly, wasn't it? So you will be more careful. So what I've just realised, Joe, is when you colour, and because I've used Nina cardstock,
right,
it's a little bit more fragile.
I guess
so
if it's damp, it's going to make it more fragile, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. So I'm not going to do too much manipulation of those ones. I hadn't realised that before I put that on.
I love your reaction to it. No! Oh no! Oh, you kept going as well at the same time. It's the funniest thing.
So let's pop that on a jaunty angle so we can put our, and I'm not going to do, I'm just going to actually put our glue gel on straight onto there. So then we can place this in, because that will just dry and you won't even notice that, Anne
says, love the combination of geometric and lace. I would never have thought to have done that before.
Oh yeah, you've got to try everything, haven't you? Yeah, there we go. And then all we've got then is just to pop our bow into place. And then we've got our really pretty different card there, but this time we've used the stamping element and the dies and not the actual paper pad, and you get just as much beautiful detail in there, Joe.
Really gorgeous. What a wonderful, wonderful creation that is. All made, of course, using these incredible dies, stamps, and the decoupage papers as well in there, which is brilliant. Let me go back through what you're going to get then. Four different designs in here for you. So you're going to get, of course, the Precious Poppies, which is these ones here. You will also get the lilies, as you can see there. Then you've got the Spring is Here, which is a lovely mixed one there. And then finally, you will also receive the roses too, which is fantastic. 60.79, 87.16 as a platinum member if you want to get your hands on those, which is awesome. Right, we also have an incredible stamping platform collection for you as well, which I just mentioned a moment ago. In there, you're going to get the 8x8. You will also get the, oh, I've got them just here. Here we are. So let me share these with you. So you're going to get the magnetic base, which is brilliant. So this is the one where you can, this is perfect for if you want to re-stamp, great for rotational stamps, layering stamps. I mean, they are fantastic. Lots of our craft experts say this has become their most favourite item now. Jan says it's her #1 product. You will also get, of course, the 6x6 in here. and you'll get the 4x4 and also the stamping mat, which is like a cushion for you to stamp against. So you make sure you get those really awesome, clean, clear, crisp stamped images every single time. £39 or $50 if you want to get hold of that. It's a real brilliant collection there. Everything you need really when it comes to stamping. I'm going to give you another opportunity to check out your basket. It's very, very busy across on the website at the moment. Whilst you do that, here's some of the fun stuff we get up to here at Crafters TV.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Very, very busy across there on the website. Yolanda says, do our UK friends celebrate Thanksgiving, even if not on the same day? Well, we were talking about this earlier. We celebrate it, weren't we, in the wake-up call? We do celebrate it to a degree, at the same time that the Canadians celebrate it, but it's called Harvest Festival here, isn't it? And it's something you kind of celebrate when you're at school, in primary school, and then after primary school, what's primary school called in the US, Erin? What's the first school you go to?
Kindergarten.
Elementary.
Oh, elementary.
Elementary. Yeah, not kindergarten, the next one. That's like before high school, yeah. So at elementary school, you would celebrate Harvest Festival, wouldn't you? And, you'd make things and, out of leaves and stuff. But then after that, really, once you get to secondary school or high school, there's never any mention of it ever again. Whereas you guys get a fantastic public holiday and get to spend time with your family. So we don't really celebrate it, not to the degree that you guys do. And it's more of a kids thing, I'd say, wouldn't you, Debbie?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, there you are. Any other questions you've got, general life questions or questions about the products, get them into me. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. And I will do my best to get Debbie to answer them. I mean, I won't answer them. That's what Debbie's here for. Right, Debbie, very, very busy on these. No surprise, really, is it, that these have been so popular, knowing how popular the initial collection were of these?
Oh, absolutely. They were hugely popular, which is why we had the discussions of just bringing back extra paper pads and then extra dies. And yeah, it is something that it's every crafter's dream, I think, to have an item like this, where you can open up up a book, you have all these beautiful designs. We're going to be using the gorgeous roses. What I love about these is every single one, although the books you can't change, you can colour these in different colours. So if you want your roses in red or in pink, you use your stamp set for them. But you've got these beautiful yellow ones. But it is every crafter's dream to be able to just have toppers that they can make up and be creative, but then put onto anything that they create, which is amazing. And we've all got papers in our stash that are going to coordinate with these. So we're going to show a little bit of difference between these. The first thing I want to do is bring in the, before we bring in those die stamps, I want to bring in another one of the Interlace. I just adore these, and you can tell I've been using them throughout, and they are absolutely lovely. Now, what I love about these is they have got a thicker cutting edge. They're not mixed media dies like the ones, the gatefold ones we had yesterday, but they have got a thicker edge on them, which means you can go through 2 layers of card in one pass. So if I bring in this card here, I've just created a little card blank, folded my card in half, so I've got that seam along the top. Then what I want to do is lay this one down. We're going to lay it right across the top here. And I can see through gaps, and that's what I want. I want there to be gaps that we can see through to create an actual card blank itself. And all I'm doing is making sure I've got an even amount of space throughout there. And I'm going to place my low-tack tape on each side just to hold that securely into our cardstock, and then we're going to run that through the Gemini. So it's just a nice way of actually creating your very own card blanks. So if you can imagine, Joe, you could cut all your different card blanks out of these dies.
Yeah.
You can then do a real big batch making of all these different florals that you've got in your pad. You're ready to go for so many occasions through the years. And all you have to do is then put your sentiment on there of what you want, add your own ink, snip into it, use your sparkle pens. And honestly, they couldn't be more simpler.
I think you hit the nail on the head earlier when you said about the floral elements, Debbie. Will go perfectly in like home decor pieces, so like shadow box frames that they work really, really well in, and also, you know, even just sort of decorating photo frames and stuff like that and popping them around your photos. Maybe not quite a scrapbook page, but you know, sort of a smaller version of a scrapbook page that you would then frame or put into a frame. I think it look beautiful. Yeah,
absolutely. Right, let's pop those to the side. So we've done that piece. Then what I want to do is create the next layer. So I'm going to use that mid layer and a piece of, I keep putting my pieces of card down and not knowing where I've put them, Joe. So I'll have to just grab myself another piece just to cut this one out. So my scissors. There we go. So we're going to cut this beautiful design out. The one I'm using this time is the floral fretwork. They've all got lovely names on these dies.
Oh, the one I love the most, let me grab it again, is the Resplendent Ronja. Resplendent Ronja. What a name.
I know.
What even is a Ronja?
Name.
I'm not sure.
A Ronja. I don't know. I have no idea.
But they are on the bottom of your screen. I will take you back through these designs as well after Debbie's demonstration.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so let's pop them out the way and bring in our die. So cut beautifully every single time. I mean, look at that. They are just stunning. Now, what I've also done, I'll bring in these elements here. I've just created another matten layer, which I put on a piece of card. And then the card blank that we've done, I've then created an inside part to stick on the inside. So we're going to stick this one down. And then let me just find there it is, my tape pen. Popping that all across.
Oh, it's hard to decide which side to use, Debbie, isn't it?
Oh yeah, totally. Yes, absolutely. But I've inked this one up, but actually the yellow would have worked really well on here. But these make just super cute. I mean, look at that, we've made our own little cute card base. And then I've used the papers again, but put it onto a piece of card that we can then stick straight on the front there. So it's all creating different textures. And what I really wanted with this one, Joe, I wanted the roses to really stand out. So just gonna place that over the top. And because it's exactly the same as our card base, it just works really well. The papers I've used here are from our Beautiful collection. So we've got our little card base, and then we've got our topper. This one is going to go over the top here. I mean, you could do another one for below, but you don't want to sort of overdo it. So let's stick this one into place. So we're going to bring in our dotty tape pen, and again just go over the sides. If you are going for these interlaced today, make sure you go for the dotty tape pens as well, because honestly there's nothing simpler for adhering them onto your makes, and it's a really strong glue as well. So let's pop that into place on there. And then I'm just gonna, I always like to turn it over and burnish it down. It just stops any bits coming up. So sometimes if they're not completely adhered to the cardstock, you might pull them up and rip them. Right, so we've got our card blank. Now let's bring in that beautiful design. So we have these ones, and then we're gonna grab our die cuts. Again, you are getting the stamp for these as well, so you can stamp them if you want to. We're gonna use the dies on here. So again, you're just going to look for that little round circle notch, and then you'll know that they will go onto the actual number. So popping that into place, and then we've got our single one up the top there, and then on the back here we've got our other three with our leaves and the bigger sections. So taking them ones off. I love our packaging, Joe, where we actually give you that guideline of where they go back onto. There's nothing worse than trying to have a sort of like a puzzle, doing a puzzle, trying to get your dies back onto.
I mean, you could number them on the packaging if you wanted to as well, couldn't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
After you've got them for the first time, lay them over first and then put the numbers on the packaging too. So if you're just cutting, you know, individual elements, and that would be a lovely way of finding them.
Brenda says 2 5s. That threw me then. So obviously that one is exactly the same as that one. So it's 2 5s, yeah.
Brenda says, thanks for that info, Joe. I love hearing about other cultures. Brenda also says, I had yellow roses and daisies in my bridal bouquet. They were my favourite flowers.
Lovely,
sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
Mary says as well, I love yellow roses. Lot of love for those. Pam E is giving me the whole educational system breakdown in the US. I don't know, the US, that's also the US. I am having my teeth straightened at the moment. I have, some days are very lispy and some days are not very lispy, and today has been a very lispy day for some reason. I'm glad we're not selling anything Sarah's signature, because we could get in all sorts of issues there. There we go, get my teeth back in. Pam E says we have pre-K or nursery school, then elementary, then middle school or junior high, then high school. What always throws me is that you guys call university college.
Yeah.
So what is the difference between college and university in the US, Erin? You have to look it up. So we go to nursery, don't we? Then we go to primary school, but then some people sometimes go to a middle school and a high school,
junior school,
or just a secondary school.
Yeah.
So where I went to school, there was no middle school and high school. There was just a secondary school, which was all of it. And then you go to sixth form, which is college at your school, or you go to a separate college, and then after that you go to university.
Yes.
It's very confusing.
Well, it's not for our country, the same as Americans. It's not confusing for them, is it?
No. But because we call the basically college for us is the last bit of our secondary school education, isn't it? It's like that bit. Whereas for a lot of Americans, I believe, colleges are basically university. It's the same size.
And college and sixth form are classed as higher education.
They are.
And you don't have a choice. You have to.
No,
go.
but see, when I went to school, you didn't have to go to college
have to. You
or
finished
sixth
school
form.
at 16. Yes, but now.
Yeah, now you have to. I didn't realise that. So you don't really finish state mandated education in the UK until you're 18. State mandated. Where did that come from? Check me out with the big words.
Wow.
I don't know where that came from. Till you're 18. It used to be 16, there you go.
Yeah, 18 now. So all I'm doing,
So colleges
Joe,
in the US focus on undergraduate courses. Universities would be undergraduate and postgraduate, graduate, so like a master's or a PhD or something like that. Whereas universities in the UK is all of it. Undergrad, grad, postgrad, they're all the same thing.
Oh, got a bit falling out there.
Gosh, we've really got a lot of information across there, haven't we? We'll get a BAFTA for this, Debbie, we really will.
Was a lot of information. Right, so...
There will be a test at the end, Debbie, so I hope you took note.
I don't think I could do the US one again, Joe.
No, me neither.
No. Right, so what I've done here, I wanted to create another little step. So with my dies, which I've put very safely to the side somewhere, Oh, there they are, Joe, because I can't see them. You've got 2 extra ones that go in there, as well as your 2 big ones that we've just done. This one in the centre, not that piece of card, this one here in the centre I've used to cut out, and then I've just halved it, so you've got that half a die. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use this as our stepper. So bringing in again our foam, let's just grab some longer ones, there we go. This one's going to go right at the front here, and then when we put this round, this is going to act as our stopper coming down. So I'm going to make sure that we pop it just in the front there, just centralising it and keeping it straight, so when we bring that down it will hide behind there. And then what we're going to do is I've got a little bow to put on there. I'm making sure I've got all my elements down first before we then start to stick. So I'm going to pop my bow on the front there. So just having that. This is a really pretty card, and then we're going to use our foam pads to make sure that we get everything we need on here. So let's use, because that one seems to have cut quite deeply. I've lost them. Oh, there's one, Joe. There's one. Let's have this one. So I'm going to pop that onto here, because then I can lay that piece back in.
Susie T says, I had to pop these. Try it again. Susie T said, I had to pop. Oh, I snorted, sorry. Susie T said, I had to pop these. Oh, it's so hard to say. Susie T said I had to pop in to see these decoupage flowers. They fell in my basket this morning, so I wanted to see what beautiful things our Debbie was making.
Ah, right, so let's pop that just on the side here. Joe, you do make me laugh.
Erin just said, I sound like Erin's grandmother when she used to suck on her teeth. Wow. Oh, I don't know why these ones are so...
funny.
I hope I'm not this lispy all week, Debbie, because the previous sets that I've put in haven't made me lispy at all, but this one, for some reason, I don't know what's going on. So, I mean, this could be me set for the next 4 days.
Right, so I cut into them, Joe, so we've just allowed it to pop up. Can you see our leaves there are popping up a little bit more because we've cut into the bases of them just a little bit. And then what we can do is start to really shape these as well. So just to give that bit of dimension. And let's get our bigger ones. Everyone's going to be giving you words to say now, Joe.
Oh, please don't. Yes, Susie's name is very hard to say when you're a bit lispy, is what I've worked out. Do you know what else is hard to say? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Expialidocious.
Oh, we're having too much fun. Calm down. Stop it, Debbie. Stop it. Stop leading me astray.
Oh dear. Right, so let's start decoupaging our decoupage.
Decoupage.
There we go, another one.
Deborah wants to know, what is the difference between the dotty tape pen to the normal tape pen, or is that a silly question? Now that is a lot easier question to answer than the educational systems versus the UK versus the US. So hopefully Debbie will answer that for you in a little while.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a nice easy one to answer as well, because believe it or not, there's big differences between them, and they're the best thing in the world, honestly. Well, there's probably better things, but at the moment I think they're the best thing in the world. So I'm just going to pop some, in fact, we'll pop that one on because I've already cut it, but I was going to just put these in different places so we can sort of add to it as well. So let's add another one beside it. There we go. And then all I'm going to do there, Joe, is I've got a sentiment to put on. So let's add this one into place. Just going to put a little bit on there. I thought you were laughing then, Joe.
No.
No.
Not sure why.
I don't know. I thought I heard you laughing. And then we'll turn that round. There we go. Look
gorgeous.
how pretty.
So classic. and classy and elegant.
Yeah, really nice, and just creating that little, and when you think, Joe, that those dies, the interlaced dies create that entire card, and then you've just got your embellishments to put on top, imagine how many colours you could, how many colour combos you can do of those, and different designs of cards. They're absolutely beautiful. Oh, I meant to go that way.
Really, really gorgeous. Rhonda says, this one for you, Joe. Sally sells seashells by the seashore on a Saturday.
On a Saturday.
On a Saturday.
Yeah, what was that, Joe?
Your fault, Rhonda, not mine. Decoupage says, no, sorry, Wendy says about the decoupage, these are lovely. I bought the first set of these all those months ago during the first lockdown when Joe and Sarah were holding the fort. I remember that. It feels like a lifetime ago now, doesn't it, over in the old studio. Won't be long. It won't be long until we celebrate a year of being in the studio, will it? It was about I want to say it was about the 19th of December.
It was the end of December, yeah.
Yeah, it was the end of December, wasn't it?
It feels like longer than a year, doesn't it?
It does feel ages ago,
and I mean
doesn't
that
it?
in a good way. It
Yeah,
feels
'cause I
like
just
this has been our home forever.
I can't remember being in the other studio now and what that sort of felt like. Anyway, because it felt massive when we moved over here. Do you remember?
Yeah,
We were
absolutely.
like, honestly, running around, it was so huge. Anyway, I need to remind you about today's Daily Black Friday deal, because it's very, very busy on this at the moment. Do you know why it's so busy? Because you get all these stamps for free, which I think is a stupendous deal. It really is amazing, because all you're paying for in here is the stamping mat, the platform and the ink pad, and all of these incredible sentiment stamps are coming to you totally free of charge. Platinum members are only paying for the stamping platform and the mat and getting everything else for free. £16 or $20.76 if you want to get your hands on all of those goodies. Now, let me take you back through this beautiful new floral decoupage collection that we have for you. There's a few different ways of getting your hands on this. Everything is available to you individually. If you want to get it individually, you can. And individually, I mean by that the dies, the topper pad and the stamps all available separately. Or what you can do is buy them in their smaller collections. So if you wanted to go for all of the poppy elements, details there on your screen now, $19.99, $28.35. That's a 20% saving, which is awesome. £16 almost, or $22.68 for platinum members. Or you can go for all of the lilies, which are these ones just here. Or you can go for all of your spring is here selection. So you're going to again get the topper sheets, 48 of the topper sheets, the dies and the stamps in there. Or you can go for the roses in bloom. And again, with the roses in bloom, you'll get the topper sheet, the dies and the stamps, which is excellent. Or best way to get the best value is to go for all of them together. That gives you the best deal. And that's what pretty much everyone is going for at the moment. Far away the most popular item is this, to get all of those items that you wish there together. What a lot of you are choosing to do as well is adding in extra of the topper pads as well, because obviously that's a consumable element. Once you've used those, you're still going to have the stamps and the dies to play around with. But if you wanted to get the extras of the pads, they are available individually and they are very busy individually. Margaret says, I wish I could make my cards as pretty as Debbie's. I have the show saved though. I'll be ready when my order comes. Oh, Margaret, I think you're going to be able to make that, recreate that last card. I don't think there's anything in this show, Debbie, do you, that you've done that is out of the realms of any of our crafters?
So do you know what, Joe? As much as I love someone saying that, I honestly believe every single person could make every single card I've done today and look identical to what I've done, because they are so easy to do. I've not done anything but die cut out and put them on top of each other, which is your decoupage. So honestly, you will be able to do it, and I'm so glad you've ordered it, because you will love them when they come to you. These are the sort of things you're just going to be doing time and time again. Now I'm going to go back to the beautiful, no I'm not, are we doing lilies? Yes we are. We're going to go back to, actually no, I'm switching out, Joe. We're going to go to our spring is here, but we're going to use the stamp on this one because it's a really beautiful stamp. Now what I want to do though, I want to create a section where we can do we can do a bit of heat embossing onto the stamp. So I'm going to place this onto here, and then we are going to use some little magnets to go around the edge. I've die cut out a circle, so it's just one of our nesting circles. Just popping that into place. And I'm going to use our pigment ink pad. Using the pigment because obviously it's the one that stays wetter for longer, and it means we can heat emboss as well. So what this does, it creates a sort of like an edge to our stamp, which is really a cool way to do your watercolours. So I'm actually going to be bringing in a completely different medium to colour in. I'm going to be bringing in our aquas. So let me just see where we've got, that's it, that's the right one. So just walking that around, a little dance with your fingers, just making sure you've got that completely covered. And then you've got that stamp. Now I just want to make that a bit darker, but also I want to make sure that I am getting a really good lay down of that pigment ink, because that's going to be wet enough then to take my, my embossing powder. So again, just placing that down and then getting that beautiful stamped.
Bernie Sale reliably informs me that we've been in the new studio a year as of the 16th of December. Thank you for that, Bernie.
16th, yes.
Yeah.
I love that we have people that really know exactly. You know more than us. And actually, isn't it nice, Joe, that we are followed by so many lovely people?
It was, indeed. It was a bit of a disaster for me, I'm not going to lie, the start of the new studio last year, because the morning that we were meant to do our first live shows from the studio, the person that I was bubbled with had tested positive for COVID, Debbie, and
That's
I had to
right,
isolate for 10 days, even though I didn't have it myself. I was obviously, of all the days for it to happen, it was the day of the brand new studio, so it was a bittersweet day that day.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was a nightmare, wasn't it?
God, a year ago. Where does the time go, honestly? It's so scary.
But I didn't end up having it, and my friend who did have it was absolutely fine in the end, but
yeah,
just one of those things, Debbie.
Absolutely. And we got through it, didn't we?
We did. Well, we're still getting through it, aren't we?
And actually...
We're nearly there now, nearly there.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I think we've just got to learn to live with things now.
Oh, yes. It was amazing because over the weekend I was out at the Christmas markets on Sunday. I've been to the Christmas markets nearly every day on my day off. It's going to be an issue, Debbie, because there's a lot of delicious food. There's amazing German sausages, delicious potatoes, desserts, hot dogs, everything, you name it. And they're all so close by. But I was thinking a year ago, we were just going back into lockdown, weren't we? And now we're able to go out and have like relative normality, which is just lovely.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just lovely that we've got Christmas markets on this year. And I'll see 3 different ones this year. So I'm so excited because I'm coming up to you, Joe. So I'll see your markets in Manchester. And then I'm also going to Birmingham this weekend to see the Christmas markets. And then Poland in next month. So yeah, looking forward to that. So I'm just bringing in my aqua pens and I'm just using, I'll give you the names of them. I'm using magenta, my orchid, and I think this is the bud green. So.
I've had some dental advice come in, Debbie, from Patty, who says, Joe, it could be your teeth have moved a bit more with this set of trays, so they're not fitting as tight.
Ah.
She says if they don't fit right, as soon as you move to the next set of trays, let your dentist know right away. You want to be sure your teeth are checking correctly. I did put the new set. I said cracking correctly, and I was meant to say tracking correctly. It's not my fault, Erin, it's the teeth, all right? Well, Patty, I did put the new set in last night, so what do you think? Should I ring my dentist? You let me know. I mean, because if they get progressively worse, I'll put next week's in and I get even more lispy, Debbie. I mean, by Christmas, you're not going to be able to understand me. It's just going to be a noise, isn't it? Mary says that your demos today have been so beautiful, Debbie.
Oh, thank you.
Laura Jones says, I love that the Christmas markets are back in Manchester.
Yes,
they are
absolutely.
fabulous. I'm going to take Debbie to them. Or
Yeah,
I have a little confession to make, Debbie.
Yeah.
I told you that all the Christmas markets were going to be on.
Yeah.
It's only one of them, but it is the main one that's going to be on.
Okay, that's all right.
Is that all right?
I'm really coming just to spend some time with you, Joe. So,
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, whatever we do, that's fine.
Wonderful. And we can go, the ice skating rink's still open, so we can still go ice skating.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, we're going to have so much fun. Can't
We really
wait.
are. Please don't get broken.
That's funny. We would try to survive it all, Erin. That's the only trouble, isn't it?
This is lovely. I love that you've done a bit more of a it's not an abstract colour way, is it? But I mean, it's bolder maybe.
It is, yeah, absolutely. So it's just putting in all those sort of different colours. I did use just a normal paintbrush before, so I am using my sparkle because it's just straight to hand and it's so easy to do. But it's just such a relaxing way to colour these stamps in. They have a really nice way about them, which is and such a nice space to colour. So if you are getting into your colouring, then you definitely want to go for these stamps because they are amazing. So just popping that in. I'm not going to do the whole thing because I know we're getting short on time there, Joe, but the more you sort of colour this all in, and don't waste this, give this a spritz and mop it up with your watercolour cardstock, and then it will look really pretty. But this one I've just done with water, and you can see just having that on there creates that outline stamp, but then you're getting that beautifully coloured stamp, which looks just as lovely as your actual paper pad. So you just choose what you want to go with and how it's going to work. So I've teamed this up with some pretty pink. I've used my swash stamps, just to say, because I wanted to keep it really nice and simple, Joe, because I quite like minimalistic cards at the moment. So I'm trying to sort of do a bit of both, so and give variety.
And what type of paper are you using, Denise would like to know?
On this one, I use watercolour cardstock.
Awesome. And Margaret says, Joe, please don't worry, if it gets that bad, we'll translate for you. I love that idea.
Oh, yeah, that's so nice.
We just get some captions along the bottom. Have you seen when on something like YouTube, Debbie, you turn on the automatically generated captions? So funny. Some of the stuff that happens. Watch one of your own shows back and put the auto-generated captions on.
Oh,
so you have a old chuckle, some of the stuff that comes up.
Ours is always on. Yeah, so, and funny enough, and I'd not really noticed it before, I was watching Sarah on Cartload the other night, and it was really funny. Some of the things that she was saying come up really hilarious.
It is quite funny.
Yeah, because I don't think that really understood what she was saying. Right, so we're just going to put a bit of ribbon right across the bottom of our card here. So let's pop that on, and then we can trim that off after. So pop that across the bottom. Got my little ribbon. You know how I like to put a bow into there. So, and then all we're going to do, Joe, is I've used my base card here, and then I'm going to 3D this one up. So let's use some of our foam pads.
Erin said, let's make a beautiful baby card.
Yes,
my
it would.
head immediately went to Baby Shark for some reason. I don't know why. That's where my brain goes. Baby card,
They actually had in one of the supermarkets. They had literally a Baby Shark teddy, and you squeezed it, and it sung.
And it played Baby Shark. How annoying would that be if you gave that to someone on Christmas?
I really
within
wanted
about
to get
2 hours.
Yeah, I really wanted to get it for my granddaughter, but I thought my daughter would kill me.
She would. So did you get 2?
I did.
One for each of them.
I was very nice. I didn't get one. So let's pop this last one on, Joe, just on the front, and we're keeping this really nice and simple, and that's just going to top our beautiful card. I mean, how gorgeous is that? And it literally is just to say, and you say it with flowers. There we go.
Awesome.
Really pretty.
Really, really gorgeous.
Oh, we've got through lots of demos today.
Loads
Joe.
today. Do you want to get ready for that demo of the show, Debbie?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Fabulous. Let me recap again then the different options that you've got within here. A couple of different ways of going for this. You can go for everything individually, should you wish, or what you can do is go for them in their collections, which I'm going to share with you now. So you've got the poppies, which is your first option. Of course, you're going to get the decoupage pad, the dies themselves, and this is what you'll achieve when you use those two together. Or what you can do then is stamp the imagery out and use the dies to cut it out, and this is the kind of thing you'll achieve when you use your alcohol markers. So you've got something for now. Once you've used those pads, of course, you've then got something that's going to last you forever by way of the stamps and dies. You've got the poppies. You've also got the lilies in there as well, which is the beautiful lilies. And then we also have here the spring is here. And then finally, you've got those gorgeous roses as well. And the poppies and the roses, of course, can be coloured in all of them. I mean, and realistically, can all be coloured up in a whole host of different colours to give them a different look and feel. Think about doing things like heat embossing with them, adding in your sparkle pens as well. Lots of different ways that you can do this. Talking about how to use the stamps as well, someone had a lovely suggestion earlier of heat embossing white onto vellum and colouring from behind. I think it was lovely Mary that talked about that. So loads of different ways of using them. The best way to get the best value is to go for the whole collection. You can see it right there. It gets you all 4 sets. Lots of you choosing to go for this, $75.99 or $108.95. And then you can also add into there as well, as many of you are, extras of the pads should you wish. All the pads are available individually. They're all $7.99 or $12.95 if you did want to add additional ones of those to your baskets, maybe especially if you're in the US and you're looking to get to that free shipping and handling threshold. Patty says I should speak to my dentist. I'm gonna message him on Instagram right after the show, Patty, don't you worry. Yeah, that's how I communicate with my dentist on Instagram, because he's cool. He's down with the kids. Margaret says, Joe, please don't worry, we'll translate for you. I read that one, didn't I? Deborah says, oh, the deal of the day and a few other things have just checked out of my cart. Patty says, I don't know how we can pick a favourite card. They are all so beautiful. They are. Talking of favourite card, let's get that vote underway, eh, Debbie?
Oh, absolutely. There's quite a few. Can we get them all in shot? There's quite a few. So there we go. If I bring that one forward, that's our number 1. So number 1 was the poppies. Number 2 was our beautiful lilies with the double one there. Number 3 was that just absolutely gorgeous spring in bloom. Number 1, 2, 3, 4 is our poppies. Number 5 was our easel rose card. And number 6, can you believe we've got 6 demos in, was our coloured spring flowers there.
Absolutely awesome. Love that. Make sure you vote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. 6, Debbie, that's an amazing amount.
It's a lot.
Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're over on YouTube. Now, big news about the daily Black Friday deal. Half the stock has sold out and gone. Let's remind you of it. No surprise either, because you are going to get an absolute plethora of different stamps within here. Loads of different sentiments and quotes within there. They're just a bit of fun, these, I think, which is awesome. If you want to see all of the different stamps that are coming included, you can check them out over on the website. Essentially, though, within this bundle, all of those stamps you're seeing there, you're getting them for free, which is awesome, because what you're paying for is the ink pad, the stamping platform and the stamping mat. It's saving all of you at least $61.74 or $77.87. Of course, you'll be saving, what, $66.74 as a platinum member in the UK, which is awesome value for money. £16 or $20.76. Oh, shut the front door. We're now 60% of the stock sold out and gone. There. Did you just want me to say 60? Is that why you said that, Erin? It is actually 60% of the stock gone. I need to lay down after this show, I think, Debbie, you know. Just a little bit of time alone with my thoughts, just to recenter myself. Let's move on and let's share again with you those awesome interlaced dies that you've seen through this show. They are like the most super fancy nesting die. That's how I like to think of them. Beautifully lacy, which is fantastic, and they also make a really wonderful anchor point for a lot of these floral elements that you see in today's show. So the 6 you're going to get in here are the decadent hearts. You're also going to get the entwined hearts, which are those ones just there. This one here is your floral fretwork. Then you've got your fancy filigree. My favourite, because of the name, Resplendent Oronja, which is that one there. And also your floral lattice as well. £71 or $81 becomes $56.80 or $64.80 if you are a platinum member. So make sure you get your hands on those. Who is the winner? Demo of the show is number 3.
Oh yes.
Or number 3, as it should be,
this one.
which is that one there.
Yes, that's my favourite. I love that one.
I love that one.
Yeah,
that was beautiful. For all you lovebirds out there, absolutely, that is the winner of the card of the show, which is fantastic. Let me just quickly again recap that main bundle for you. It is launch day, remember, so it's the first opportunity you've had to get your hands on these today here on Crafters TV, and you can see all the different designs that you've got here. So you've got those gorgeous poppies, We also have the incredible lilies. Again, you're going to get 48 sheets of the decoupage. You've got the stamps and the dies there. Whether you are layering them up from the pad, you'll get this kind of look. If you want to layer them up from the stamp, this is the kind of effect you will get. Then what we've got here is your spring is here, as you can see. And then also there, roses in bloom is that one just there. $75.99 or $108.95 is your price. I believe, Debbie, you've got a bit more inspiration for us, courtesy of the design team.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, we just have some beautiful designs. These are so lovely to use. You've seen us the last couple of hours, all the beautiful cards that you can put together. So many. If you think of a project that you want to make, I bet you any money, 99% of the time, you would be able to fit one of these floral decoupage on them. So our first one we're looking at, we made this in Wake Up Call earlier today. So making little boxes, using little accessory bits on them to create them. The lily is absolutely stunning. Use them in conjunction with those interlaced dies, looks amazing. Why not try the stamping? So if you've not been used to stamping yet, go for this whole collection. You will get the stamps as well as the decoupage, which look amazing. I absolutely love this design. This was from, I'm going to give, it's our Julia, so she's made this one. Keeping the front very simple, but I love the fact she's used vellum overlay onto that back piece, and then that stamps in the centre, looks amazing. The spring one is absolutely beautiful. Another just really good one. You're going to be using them time and time again on all your different designs. This one I think has to be my favourite card. I love the simplicity of this. It looks absolutely just beautiful. And then another one here using a framed element on the inside with those stamps, but also using it with the decoupage on the front. They are so pretty, aren't they, Joe?
Really, really gorgeous. And I think it's so usable. You're going to be able to find whether you want these to become the centre point of your project, or you're using them just to sort of accent or embellish your project. They're great for so many different things. Use multiples of them on the same project. If you want to create something really show-stopping, it's up to you however you're going to use them. Just make sure you don't miss it out on them. Very, very busy on the whole collection. And also, don't forget, a lot of you choosing to add in those additional decoupage pads as well. Now, I need to give you a heads up what's happening later in the day. Of course, myself and Debbie will be back for an amazing Creative Cravings show. That'll be at 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. on the East Coast, 11 a.m. if you are across on the West Coast. We've got the slimline apertures on there. Those amazing gift card holders will also be back. And we have some lovely abstract stamps and dies for you. Tomorrow, we might have a new Hero Tool combo as well, because that one did sell out as we thought it would in the earlier Wake Up Call. Then tomorrow, myself and Debbie back out with Wake Up Call, midday here in the UK, 7 a.m. East Coast. We will be giving you a preview of the shows coming up. So it's a launch day tomorrow with the outline watercolour dies tomorrow. Amazing. That's not what they're called, is it? Let me go. I'm going to have to double check. No, that's today. The new outline floral watercolour dies is what we'll be back with tomorrow for tomorrow's launch day. And then an amazing 3-hour Leanne Cartload Black Friday special. I might even put my purple suit on for it. I'm feeling that fabulous about it. But you'll see previews of all of those deals in the Wake Up Call tomorrow, midday in the UK, 7 a.m. if you are on the East Coast. Massive thanks to Debbie, as always. Should we do it all again in a couple of hours' time, Debbie?
Oh, why not? It's just too much fun not to.
Absolutely, it is. Make sure you join us back here in a couple of hours' times. Until then, ta-ra!